In a world full of people telling you to be obsessed with your goals, you need to run the opposite way. Being obsessed with your goals is going to lead you nowhere, but broken, lonely, and often cold to the people who matter most in your life. We hear it over and over again. I think we've probably heard so many tech bros, all these people that are CEOs, and all these different people that have some sort of version of what they call success. They have a bunch of wealth, maybe they accomplish a goal, maybe they're best in their sports, and they tell you to be obsessed with your goals, be obsessed with it, without actually looking what the word obsessed even means. The definition of obsession on Google. Being obsessed means being completely controlled or influenced by a powerful emotion, idea, or desire. It describes a state where you are unable to stop thinking about a specific person or topic to the point that it consumes your mind. Now, I'm not a psychologist, and I've only taken one psychology course in college, but I can tell you that sounds like a mental illness. That sounds like something that they would call a person who has some sort of mental issue going on. And that's what we're told to do. We're told to be obsessed with our goals. Chase it until we're completely burnt out. It doesn't matter who we push out of the way. It doesn't matter who we hurt. It doesn't matter what we do. I mean, if you sell your soul, who cares? You're still obsessed with the goal. I mean, people don't say that, but there are lots of people who do it because they're obsessed with the goal. It doesn't matter if you hurt the ones in your life. Think about how many people are so-called obsessed, but in reality, they're hurting the ones that support them, that are trying to push them towards this journey. Stop being obsessed. That word, you need to get it out of your vocabulary. Stop saying you need to be obsessed. And I think I've probably made some sort of videos in the past. I don't know, I haven't checked, but I may have made videos where I said to be obsessed. And I completely apologize for that. I think that is completely wrong. And I completely disagree with me ever saying or telling anyone to be obsessed with their goals, be obsessed with this. That is not the way. Living a life where you're just completely consumed by one goal and one mission while being flat in every single other area is a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for your own destruction and demise. Rather than being obsessed, rather than being completely driven by this one particular thing, it's better to be a holistic person. It's better to be completely full in all other areas of life as well. What's the point of life if your whole entire goal is just to make a bunch of money, but you don't have anyone to celebrate it with? There's so many people that are rich, that have all this money, but they don't have anyone to celebrate it with. They buy a bunch of people. They buy people. They're like, oh, they buy with their time. But as soon as it's over, they're gone. And if they were to lose that money, they would have no one with them. People obsessed with fitness and looks, things that are gonna go away once you get older. When you're 70, more than likely you're not gonna be jacked. And even if you're in good shape, no one is just gonna be like, oh, this really good in shape person, this is just so amazing. They're gonna be like, yeah, that's cool, and probably scroll to the next video. Probably look at something else, whatever else is popping and whatever is popular at the moment, whatever is capturing people's attention. That's what they're going to move on to next. Being obsessed is not where you want to be in life. You want to be a person with holistic wellness. You want to be a person that has purpose, that actually has a mission, that has something to live for, rather than this one thing that often obsession is just focused on yourself. What's the point of living a life that you don't serve others? What's the point of living a life where it's all about you and you give nothing back? So many people are telling you to be obsessed, be obsessed, be obsessed. Don't. You want to know how to actually win? Have a love for the game. Have love. Love is the complete opposite of obsession, because when obsession is just fixating on this one thing until it immensely consumes you, love forces you to give. Love forces you to go and seek to do better, not just better out of a selfish motive, not just better out of pure self-gain, but to actually do more for others. Think about it. Think about the people who actually love sports. They continue to do it because they're people obsessed over things, but they eventually burn out. You hear like, oh, there's this millionaire, and they ended up crashing out. They ended up ending their own life. But you see people who have a love for their sport, a love for their career, they continue to go on because it's something they genuinely would do even without the money, even without the outward success, even without all the titles and the fame. It's because they actually love it. Love working out. Learn to love owning a business and striving to do more. Love to improve your relationships. Love to improve your emotional intelligence. Love all these other aspects of life. That's the only way you're going to continue to go on. Because I know it's cliche, but all cliches are cliche for a reason. They're true. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And the ones who truly last, the ones who truly make an impact, the ones who truly make a difference and actually amount to something without having to go and trample upon others, but instead lift others up, are the ones who have a love for the game. Love what God has commanded you to do. Love the journey of not being there yet. Love each and every single moment of it. Because soon you'll be saying, man, those were the good old days. That's how nostalgia hits. But if you just live a constant life full of love, I can guarantee you're going to be so much more satisfied. You're going to feel so much more whole. And you're going to live a life with a lot more purpose and confidence. Now, if you like to watch other videos, you can watch this video right here. And like and subscribe. I love each and every single one of you. And remember, purpose or pleasure.